But we're going to hop into the next cell, and we're going to go over here to Mike to start this one out. So, Mike, we're going to come to you, your inaugural first cell on the Triple Threat podcast. What are you dicing up for us?
So I was going to go hot, but since Wiz went hot first, I'll bring us back down, and then we'll trade it off a little bit here and there. My first one's going to be Isiah Pacheco. It's kind of a layup one, to be honest with you. It may not be a layup one to everybody, but broke his fibula in week 2, was actually a running back 2 at that time when he got hurt. But he came back, looked a little slower, and he's not the fastest guy to begin with. So it didn't really help his case out. When he came back, he was running back 45 at 58 out of points per game, sharing the backfield with Kareem Hunt and getting outplayed by Kareem Hunt in that time frame. Kareem Hunt running back 35, 42 with points per game. There's absolutely no reason in the world Kareem Hunt should be outplaying anybody. And that is the biggest red flag to me in general. You take it to the playoffs, that's when the games mean the most. Hunt's doing all the work. You got Pacheco at 13 carries, 37 yards, 3 receptions, 17 yards receiving, and that's throughout the whole playoffs. Kareem Hunt, 28 carries, 117 yards, 2 TDs, 13 receptions. 3 receptions, 13 yards. I just can't believe that people are still valuing him, according to Keep Trade Cut, as a mid-2025 second. If you give me a mid-2025 second, I would take 98% of this running back class over Isiah Pacheco right now. Right now, they have him as the same value as a Cam Scatterbo. And I know, TJ, you're a big Scatterbo guy. Is that who you would take over Isiah Pacheco, even though we have a landing spot with Pacheco right now? A team that he was a very productive running back for 2-3 years now. We kind of started to write him off because he doesn't have the draft capital. But after this broken fibula thing, going with the draft capital, the Chiefs need to bring in more electric talent. I think this spells the end for Pacheco.
Couldn't agree more. And, it's like you said about Scatterbo. Yes, I would take Scatterbo 10 out of 10 times at this point over Isiah Pacheco. And, like you said, there's other intriguing guys down there as well. And we talked about it. Now, this running back class is really good. We talked about this, but we know not everyone's going to be a 3-down back, but there are guys that are going to have effective roles, and guys that are going to be valuable to your team that are going to be nice to have. And like you said, Isiah Pacheco, to me, man, the leash is running out. I mean, when the injury just was honestly cherry on top of the sundae at this point. I feel horrible for him. He's a good guy. He worked hard. He worked his ass off to get where he was. I think that's why a lot of people root for him. And it's hard not to root for him. And I think a lot of people that got him way down where they got him, either in their drafts or if they traded more than maybe they should have to get him, are kind of just defending him and standing on this hill. But, man, it's just, you look at the ethics of it. Kansas City struggled to play physical football in the Super Bowl against your Eagles, Mike. We've seen that. And, one thing that will stop an effective pass rush is a running game. They didn't have a running game. Mm-hmm. That was non-existent. So they were just getting fed to the Sharks. Mahomes was, as far as the pass rush goes. They're going to want to bring in a running back. We know Andy Reid, another guy you're familiar with, Mike, from the Philadelphia days. We know he likes his running backs. He likes dynamic running backs. Pacheco just isn't that guy, man. He's not a dynamic player coming off that injury. And like you said, it's insane. I get questions in the Discord all the time. Should I trade Isiah Pacheco and get the 207 or the 206? Absolutely, man. Smash that. We talked about this a little bit before pre-show, Mike. You're like, well, maybe we shouldn't take it because it's a layup. But I think it's important to people out there. If you are on the fence, you got, the time's running up. We got maybe 2 months here. Once the draft happens, and, there is a good chance, in my opinion, I'm not saying for sure, but there is a good chance that Kansas City takes one of them Ohio State running backs with the 31st pick.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So, yeah, they have a luxury pick, essentially, at pick 31, right? Because they're pretty much a complete team. I have 2 guys, I'd rather have them or Pacheco. I have 2 more. Tank Bigsby or Pacheco.
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, I agree. Tank Bigsby.
This one's going to hurt you, TJ. Najee Harris or Pacheco.
As much as I hate to say it, it's going to be Najee Harris. I can't even sounds dirty for me saying that, being a Steeler fan. But, there are opportunities for Najee Harris to land another 3-down role somewhere. It might not be long, but, he's a first-round pick. And that's what makes the difference, right? Isiah Pacheco, undrafted, There are no ties, no connections, no nothing, or a 7th-round pick or whatever he was. When you go to a Najee Harris, this was a 1st-round pick. Someone's going to give him an opportunity. Yeah, it might only be for a year or two. Like, I could see the Chargers signing him to a short-term contract and drafting a young guy and then letting him take the reins over eventually. I could see the Raiders doing the same thing with Najee Harris. There are teams out there, and even the Chiefs. We talk about the Chiefs. Maybe they do the same thing. So I honestly think that Pacheco's, days are numbered. I think I would take Najee. How do you feel, Wiz?
Yeah, I mean, Najee, the nice thing about him is he offers that receiving upside, and he has that 1st-round draft capital. So I think there will be a team that gives him a chance if the Steelers don't bring him back. And it's just kind of gambling, and you're pick your poison essentially. Do you want to die quickly or do you want to die slowly? And you're just picking one of those two.
But here's the thing. I like that analogy, but here's the thing. Whenever you're dying slowly, there's always a chance to recover. So, I mean, like, you can always take, if Najee Harris signs with the Chargers, there will be a little bit of buzz there, believe me. So you can take advantage of that.
My argument to that is, TJ, just put me out of my fucking misery.
Hey, you know what? I try to look on the bright side of things here, but let's be honest, though. Let's be honest. Like, we're not trading. Like, I wouldn't trade Pacheco for them players really 1-for-1. I'm looking for draft picks. If I could get draft picks, but like if I'm in a startup and like if they're my options down there, I'll wait and take one of them other guys, like we just said. But like, I'm not trading him straight up. Like, I want draft picks for Pacheco, but boy, you got to strike when the iron's hot, because I think these rumors with the Chiefs getting a running back will continue to grow and pick up steam.